everyone, and welcome to your practice. So just getting settled in here, finding a nice comfy seat that you can stay in for a little bit, and we'll get centered in and grounded down for our beautiful earth practice today. So closing your eyes when you feel ready, and just tuning into the body, going inwards. Our Mother Earth. Today we will connect to you and feel more grounded and centered with foundational poses and intentionality. So begin to visualize that you're a plant rooted in the rich soil of the earth. Imagining that you have roots growing down from the base of your body all the way through the crust of the earth to its very core. And then asking permission from the earth to borrow some of her energy. We imagine this energy being drawn up through our roots. We can imagine a color or even light here. And visualizing it filling up our entire body from our legs all the way through our spine and out the crown of our head. And with this sensations, we notice and listen while we smile to those feelings of what it's like to be imbued with energy, to be an energetic body. Perhaps there's a tingling or just an overall intensity of subtle sensations. Maybe focusing on one body part at a time, the hands or the feet. And breathing into these sensations and just sticking with them. Really noticing what it's like to embody your hand. It's just a simple, subtle, energetic sensation. Maybe a tingling, or a buzzing, or an intense heaviness. Whatever you feel, without forcing it, just being your hands. This isn't something you're used to, that's okay. Just give it a try. Now, you can open your eyes or keep them closed, and we'll just begin to make big circles with our shoulders and our chest while we remain seated. So like a corkscrew rotating around our pelvis. Making sure that we're bringing the breath into our movements. You can change directions whenever you feel like it. I just really want you to fully embody this pose. Really get to the edges of your sensations here. Really make it feel yummy. Getting into the spine. And finding stillness and shifting forward to all fours. Taking your time. Adjusting your posture so your hips are over your knees and your shoulders are over your wrists. And then we'll do some cat-cows here. So chin to chest as you breathe out, and belly drops, chest up as you breathe in. And really getting into this, you can even break free of the script like I'm doing and just move your body like an animal on the ground. Sensual animal or whatever type of animal you want to be, just getting into your spine, into the neck, into the hips, remembering to breathe through it. Then reaching your left arm to the sky, and like you're threading a needle through under your right arm, we drop our left shoulder to the ground. And breathing here a moment, listening to the earth. Breathing deeply, listening. When you're ready, on the inhale, bring that left arm back up to the sky and to the ground again, on all fours. Then lift your right arm up and thread your needle through the left, dropping your right shoulder to the earth this time. And you can walk your left arm straight out if you'd like, whatever's comfortable. And again, listening to the earth. And then walking your hand back and coming back to all fours. And from here, we'll walk your right foot straight out behind you, keeping your toes on the ground, finding your balance, keeping grounded, and then lifting that right foot off the ground, and then lifting your left arm straight out in front of you. Keeping our balance. Inhale in, exhale, curling all the way in, elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen, straight. Exhale, curl in, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, one more time, curling in. If you fall, that's okay. And coming back to all fours. Getting grounded again. And this time walking your left foot out behind you, finding our balance here. And when you're ready, just getting adjusted. When you're ready, lifting your left foot, right arm straight. Inhaling in here. Exhale, curling all the way in, elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. It's okay if you stumble. I gotcha. Exhale, curling in. And then coming back to all fours. Taking a moment here. Then opening your knees wide, keeping your feet together and dropping your bum back to child's pose all the way to the floor. You can rock a little bit side to side or just stay still, whatever feels good to you. Really enjoying your time in this child's pose. And keeping your hands where they are, really rooting them down into the ground, spreading your fingers wide and rising up, tucking your toes and then lifting your bum up and back all the way to down dog. Really enjoying this pose. You can walk one leg out at a time, straightening one and then the other. Really feeling like you're an animal that just woke up from a really long snooze and you're stretching your full body, breathing and embodying the pose. You can keep your knees bent here too. I want to make sure that your spine is nice and long. So don't feel like you have to have your heels touching the floor or your legs perfectly straight. We want to make sure that our back can be straight. And then like you're going up and over imaginary hurdle, coming forward to plank and then back to down dog. So we'll repeat that again, going up and over a hurdle all the way to plank, strong, and then back to down dog. Another time to plank, then sinking your hips all the way down if you'd like and reaching your head and your chest to the sky, keeping your toes tucked, and then lifting yourself all the way back to down dog. Resting a moment here, looking to the front, and then taking one step and then another to come to our forward fold. Just dangling again, enjoying this pose. Swaying from side to side, maybe clasping either elbow. You can keep your knees bent here, as bent as you'd like. We want to make sure that our body's draped all the way over ourselves. And then it's bending all the way down, sinking our bums down, coming into a little ball on the floor on your feet. We're going to imagine that we're like sprouts sprouting up from the earth, reaching for the sun, coming all the way up, arms up and overhead, face turned to the sun. We reach up with our little sprout hands and smile as we take it in, bringing our hands together and all the way down to our heart center in prayer pose. Keeping our eyes closed here, let's just stay a moment and notice how we feel. Just checking in to how we feel now, standing here, grounded, calm. You can open your eyes and gaze down at your feet. So we're going to play a little bit with our feet here, really getting rooted. You can look at your toes, maybe even like flexing them and then putting them down one at a time. Rocking from side to side on your feet, just trying to find the stance that feels the most centered to you. Once you get there, feeling your feet on the earth, closing your eyes, and allowing the energy of the earth to come up from your toes, through your strong tree trunk legs, up your spine. Even shrugging your shoulders up and back, down your back. Tucking your pelvis a little bit here too, so noticing, just drawing your attention to your pelvis area and noticing where it's at. If you can maybe draw your navel in a little bit more and your tailbone rooting to the earth, reaching to the earth. Remember to smile and breathe. And finding a focus point out in front of you with your eyes open now, lifting your right foot to kickstand against your left leg. So you can stay here finding your balance, or you can lift it up to your calf, and bringing your hands to heart center will help you find your balance a little bit. Or you can lift your foot all the way up to your thigh. And if we're here, you're going to be pressing your foot into your thigh muscle and your thigh into your foot. So this duality of energies is what is going to keep you balanced. You can stay here finding your balance, or you can lift your arms up and over your head, playing around with your hands if you'd like, maybe like little trees in the breeze, or keeping your hands down at heart center in prayer, whatever you'd like. And if you fall, remember, I've got you. The ground has got you. This is how we learn. And then with control, releasing your foot slowly all the way back to the ground. You can shake that out a little bit if you'd like. And closing your eyes to find your grounding in Tadasana again. Hands at heart center in prayer. Then opening your eyes to find your focal point, lifting your left foot to kickstand against your right leg. Staying here if you'd like, or lifting it up to your calf. Or if you're feeling super brave, then all the way up to your thigh. And if you feel like you have to go back to another level to change it up, you're finding this is too challenging, you can always do that. So this is our tree pose, if I haven't mentioned that. Tree pose is one of my favorites. You know, trees are amazing. They remind us that every single one of us, no matter what we've got going on, is beautiful and worthy of being here. I don't think I've ever seen a tree that I didn't feel was beautiful in its own right, regardless of any of its supposed flaws. Alright, so with control, releasing that left leg to the ground, shaking it out, shaking your bum, shaking your legs. shake it off. Shake your whole body too. Just really let loose. Let your arms flail, let your head flail. And then coming back to the front of your mat in Tadasana. Stepping your right foot back behind you. Coming to face the side of our mats. Toes pointing to the corners of the mat in a medium wide stance. Lifting your arms up and over like a star. Breathing in, and as you exhale, sinking slowly down, bending your knees and bending your elbows to come to our Devyasana goddess pose, one of my other favorites. Breathing super deep here, and then inhale, straightening your legs, straighten your arms. Exhale, coming back down to sink. You can even curl your fingers into claws and stick your tongue out like a wild goddess if you'd like. And then inhale, straightening to come back up. Exhale one more time, sinking all the way down. Holding here, you can claw your fingertips. Breathe super deeply. Stay strong, feeling fierce. And then straightening our arms and letting them fall at our sides, straightening your legs. Shaking that off and letting your heels come out. So now we're in our super wide-legged stance. Inhale, lift the arms up and over, and exhale, bringing them to clasp behind your back like so. So having our hands clasped behind our back. Inhale, we reach our face up to the sky. Exhale, hinging at our hips to bend all the way forward, letting our hands come up and over, keeping them clasped if you can, and releasing our head and our neck down, shaking it out. Staying here, and then releasing the hands all the way down, either to the ground or wherever they fall. And just completely letting go here, but keeping strong in your legs. And then swishing your hands side to side, swishing your body side to side as if you're swishing water with your hands. And then walking all the way over to the left side, letting your right knee come to the earth for a low lunge. Untucking your toes and then swiveling your right foot all the way to the left so that your left heel creates a perpendicular line with your right calf, and then windmilling your arms all the way up and over to the right, right hand to the earth, left leg straight, and left arm all the way over, creating one long line for our gate pose. You can create some body movement here if you'd like, whatever feels good, or just leave it there. And then windmilling your arms all the way over to the left this time. Left hand to the left leg, right arm over for a nice side body stretch. Staying strong and grounded, and then bringing your hands all the way down to the earth in front of you and walking them on the earth all the way back to the left to come back to our low lunge on the left leg. Then tucking your toes and walking yourself all the way back to a wide-legged stance. Hands to the earth and lifting up halfway and then coming back down to walk all the way over to the right this time, coming to find our low lunge here. Bringing your left leg to the earth, untucking your toes, and then swiveling your left leg over to the right, creating that perpendicular line, and then windmilling your arms all the way over to the left, left hand to the ground, right arm straight out, and right leg straight. And having some fun here with some movement, or just staying still and grounded, remembering to breathe and really embody this gate pose. Then windmilling your arms all the way over, right hand to right leg, left arm all the way over for a side stretch. Smiling, breathing, and then bringing your hands all the way down to the earth, walking and pivoting back to our low lunge. And tucking your back toes and walking yourself back to that wide-legged stance one more time, hands to the earth. Bringing your hands to your hips now and lifting up slowly, legs nice and strong, back nice and straight, all the way to a wide-legged standing pose. Keeping your hands on your hips, maybe closing your eyes and really feeling strong in this pose. Rooted and strong, like the fierce goddess and gods that you are, in your power. Then have fun heel toe walking your feet all the way in and coming to stand somewhere around the middle of your mat, facing forward, feet about the width of your mat apart and toes pointing slightly out. And then inhaling in to lift your arms and maybe coming up onto your tippy toes. And exhale, slowly sinking all the way down to a squat. And then letting your heels release, bringing your hands down to the earth in front of you. So this is a difficult pose. Not a lot of us have really open hips like this, but if your heels are touching the ground, you can stay here with your hands on the earth in front of you, or if you want to challenge, you can bring your hands together in prayer, elbows pushing your knees apart. Or if your heels can't touch the ground, then maybe coming up all the way onto the balls of your feet into a kind of froggy stance. So meet yourself wherever you're at, no judgment. And then we're going to stay here for a little bit, just to close our eyes and check in with how we're feeling, and feeling really close to the earth with this. I mean, the base of us is incredibly close to the earth right now. So noticing how that feels, but also noticing that this is a very primal position. Pretty much all of our ancestors lived most of their lives in this pose, eating, cleaning, defecating, giving birth. It's a beautiful, very rooting pose. All right, then having fun, no lagma, no hands, letting your bum fall all the way back to a boat pose, trying not to let your feet touch the ground, staying there, keeping your core strong. And you can bring your hands to clasp under your knees if you'd like, or letting your toes stay on the earth if that is necessary, or letting your feet come all the way up, knees bent, back straight for a boat pose. So you can stay still, or you can play a little bit around, straightening one leg then the other and your arms. Or you can play a lot, straightening both your legs and your arms. Whew, that was tiring. All right. And then letting yourself coming all the way forward into a seat, but with your feet together for our Baddha Konasana. Again, this is a really deep hip opener pose. And this is me showing you that if your knees are super high up right now, like most of you probably are, that's totally fine. Meet yourself where you're at. But yeah, feet together, and maybe giving your feet a little bit of a massage. I mean, they do so much for us, and they're carrying us through our entire lives, so they deserve a little love. And then staying here, if you want a deeper opener, we can inhale in, and on the exhale, bending forward all the way over our feet, letting our neck and head release. Going inwards, just checking in with the sensations and our breath. Taking our time. And inhale, slowly rolling all the way back up. Keeping your eyes closed. Breathing in and smiling. Alright, and now you can release the Baddha Konasana and just come to a normal cross-legged seat. And inhale, lifting the arms up to the sky, lengthening the spine, and exhale, twisting to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand to your knee. Inhale, strengthening and lengthening the spine, twisting to the left. Left hand behind, right hand to your left knee. And coming back to neutral. And then finding your most comfortable seat that you can stay in for a little while. So maybe pausing the video here to get situated, maybe grab a cushion if you'd like. Now we're gonna practice some Brahmari Pranayama, bumblebee breath for grounding. So it's like a humming breath, like a bee. So there's a few options. You can have your index fingers just sealing the inside of your ears and humming, or hands wide, thumbs just covering the inside of your ear, and your fingers come to cover your eyes for more sensory deprivation. And we hum on the exhale. So whatever you choose, we're going to do it for 6 breaths, and I will let you have fun and play. There is honestly no right or wrong way to do this. So whatever you choose, go for it. And remember, inhaling deeply and exhale, you hum out and just noticing the vibrations. All right, get to it. And releasing your hands gently to your knees, keeping your eyes closed. Noticing how you feel. Breathing just naturally here. And listening to your body. There is nowhere else you need to be right now. You deserve to have these moments of complete nothingness, to be with yourself and to listen. Continuing to stay present with the sensations. Nature truly reminds us of our humanity. We are gifts of the earth. Everything is interconnected in the environment if you notice it. And that includes us as well. We are no separate from any of the plants or animals or particles that we see. We need to regularly connect to the earth in order to bring us back to ourselves, back to who we really are. Nature reminds us of the cycles and the rhythms of life, the balance. And if we can connect to this, then we connect to ourselves and we connect to each other. And what amazing things could happen if we did this. If we collectively did this. let us descend back into the earth, the truth, and get a little messy and dirty in the grit that's living there. Set aside time to just sit on the grass, by a stream, under a tree, and observe and listen. Just be. And you'd be surprised at the transformations that you'll feel. Now taking some deep belly breaths, coming back to the space around you. And opening your eyes slowly, taking in the room. And bringing your left hand to the ground in front of you. And connecting to the earth. It doesn't matter if you're outside, just imagining yourself connecting to the earth through your hand, drawing up the energy and offering gratitude. And then bringing that hand to your forehead and allowing all of that goodness to seep and trickle down into your body. And removing your hand when you're ready. Taking another deep breath, smiling. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining me on this practice. I hope it brought you a little bit closer to yourself and to our great mother. Have a lovely day or night whenever you've practiced